What is the psychology of a PSW and what does it all mean? Psychology is how the PSW thinks, behaves, their feelings, their motives. And I've been teaching PSWs for the past 15 years. And whenever I go out to visit them at nursing homes in Ontario, I can tell you that I see definite patterns going on. For example, when they start as a PSW, they're very excited, very motivated, very energetic to start a new career as a PSW. But after a few months or 6 months or so, I notice their body language changes, their verbal language changes. Now they think that they're stuck in a dead end job, or they think they're in a job they don't want anymore. This is due to overwhelming factors such as stress, workload, work-life balance, things like that. But what I like to do is try to bring the students or the PSWs back to the way they used to feel in those first weeks or first days of school as being a student and working as a PSW. So how do we do this? The best way to do this is to figure out three different topics. What are your anchors? What are your beliefs about being a PSW? What are you grateful for being a PSW? And how do you want to behave when you're at work in a professional manner? The first one I call anchors because it's about your purpose as a PSW. So if you can write down 2 or 3 things on a list of why you became a PSW, and if you can make them intrinsic reason. Intrinsic means purposeful, spiritual. It gave me purpose in life, such as wanting to help people, wanting to be of service to people, or even looking at your career as a PSW as a calling. Those types of reasons are very deep and purposeful. And you kind of want to get those reasons to remember why as your anchors. So then when you think about them, you're going to go back to those initial feelings of motivation, excitement, and lots of energy on the job as a PSW. Once you've written down your 3 anchors, your next list is going to be, why are you grateful for being a PSW? What has the PSW career actually brought into your life? We know the monetary reasons, but did that money help you out to feed your family or to pay bills or to get your first apartment or to even buy your first home? These are things to be grateful for being a PSW. That's what you kind of want to write down, 3 or 4 things you are very grateful for that the PSW job has actually brought into your life. And it doesn't have to be money. It could be you learned how to communicate with people. Some of you learned English grammar, even English language. You learned to talk to other professionals. Doctors, nurses have been very helpful in your career as a PSW. Those types of things you want to write down on your list for why you're grateful. And then the third topic and what you want to write down is a visualization of how you want to see yourself when you're working. And you're going to write down, what does it look like when I'm at my best? When I'm being a professional PSW, what do I look like? How am I talking? What's my body language? What's my verbal language? How's the tone of my voice? How am I going about my duties as a PSW? And you can also kind of visualize how you would handle difficult situations. Like, what are you going to do if Mr. Jones yells at me again? What am I going to do if another resident tries to hit me? And you can actually work out little positive scenarios in your head of how you're going to handle those situations. So you should have 3 topics that you can write down: your anchors, what gives you purpose as a PSW; your gratitude, what has the PSW career provided for you in your life in a positive manner; and professionalism, how you want to visualize yourself while you're doing your work as a PSW. Now, what you want to do is either in the morning time or before you start your shift, you want to spend approximately 3 minutes on each one of those topics. If you can find a quiet place to sit down and take 9 minutes out of your morning, this is what you're going to do. You're going to spend the first 3 minutes closing your eyes and visualizing why you are grateful for being a PSW. All those reasons we just talked about, think about them in a purposeful manner of why you are grateful for your PSW career, your job, what has it brought into your life. That's the first 3 minutes. The next set of 3 minutes, you're going to remember why you became a PSW. What are your anchors? What are your intrinsic reasons for being a PSW? It gave you purpose, or it was your service, or you really wanted to help people, or you're going to be the difference in your clients' lives. Those are really purposeful reasons. You're going to close your eyes and focus and concentrate on those reasons for 3 minutes. And then the last set of 3 minutes, what you're going to do is you're going to visualize yourself working as a PSW and how you're behaving while you're at work in a professional manner. How are you talking? How are you speaking? Your verbal language, your body language. This takes attention and focus to really do this effectively. So you find a quiet spot at home or even in your car before you walk into work, and you visualize these 3 topics for 9 minutes. It's 9 minutes in the morning, 9 minutes before you start your job, or even 9 minutes during your lunch break. It doesn't take much time to do this. But if you can challenge yourself to do this for at least 10 days, over the next 10 days, do this little 9-minute exercise, I guarantee you're going to feel more energetic and it's going to bring you more purpose and motivation. If you can do it for 30 days or more, that's when it really starts to get into your nervous system and you start to behave in more positive ways out of just habit of doing this exercise. So try it out. Take 9 minutes right now or 9 minutes tomorrow to kind of visualize and sit down what your anchors are, what you're grateful for, and visualize how you really want to be your most effective PSW in a professional manner before you start your shift. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Caregiver Joe, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.